Is your cat making too much noise?
From Buffalo, New York, the nation's leader in candy shops per capita, it's the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast.
Welcome to the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast, where we talk about the indoors, the indoors, the indoors, the indoors,
and the indoors
of the Buffalo music scene. My name's Ryan Gurnett, and Kelly, you're still here.
Yeah, I can't leave.
Oh. All right, so there's not a lot to talk about as far as news on the scene. So this episode, we're going to be playing a bunch of really cool music. Some of it is just new local music. Others are songs that have been recorded very specifically during the quarantine. So we're going to be playing songs by this, Sydney Flanagan, 100 Plus Club, Gunther's Radio, Little Cake, the squeaks that the dog makes, Samuel Proia, No Time to Think, Nuspeak, Aquarious, and Astral Deity, and the Eves. We're also going to play a game with Kel. We're going to talk about the upcoming Western New York music launch, and we'll talk about some other stuffs.
Other stuff.
But first, that distracted the dog for a second. He's not speaking anymore. So, good news is this is probably going to release in a couple days on the 15th, and if you are listening to it close to that date, WesternNewYorkMusic.com looks like it is going to be ready to launch in the very near future. The list, we now have about 520 bands on it. It's always going to be a work in progress, but at this point, it's pretty complete. We still have to enter in some social media and streaming links for, a good chunk of the band's on there still, or I don't know, maybe like 30-40%, but it's there and it's available, and we don't have to worry about the event calendar right now, and so we just want to get the blog ready and in place, which is something I'm actually going to work on as soon as I'm done with this, and then once that and the front page is ready, we're going to be good to go. So keep an eye out for that. You can follow us at WNYmusic.com on Facebook, or you can literally you can go to WNYmusic.com too, but there might not be anything there yet, but there will be soon. All right, and I wanted to take a second to I want to. Our dog's going apeshit right now. I wanted to make a brief tribute to all of my chronically ill friends. I know a lot of people are inside right now, and they're very sad and upset that they can't do things. And you know what? That's what being disabled's like, all the fucking time. So I just want people to see how much strength goes into some of this stuff. When I first got sick, I felt terrible. I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't think I could really do a whole lot, and I stayed in the house mostly all the time for a couple of years before I was really able to get out and do things. And that's just the way it is for people who are sick. So, and also you hear people complaining about how $1,200 isn't enough to pay your bills for things with this stimulus check we're getting, and to think about the fact that the average disabled person gets about $800 a month in benefits. So they're getting even less than that to live on, and they're sick. So I just wanted to say that. And that's all I've got for my intro. So we are gonna we're just going to play a block of songs now. Kel, I don't think we've ever played more than 2 songs consecutively. You were here for something magical.
I am honored to be a part of this.
Magical. So we're going to play 3 songs. The first is from This' new EP. I don't remember the name because I did so much research to try and make sure I had all the info, and I forgot to get the album names on any of these. And yeah. But you can you can find them online.
You got nothing to do. Take some initiative.
Yeah, I like that.
We're giving you something to do.
So the first song is going to be Dark Blue and Below by This, which I think we might have actually played a live version, I think from Porch Fest last year possibly. I think we may have played something with that song before it was made an album thing, and I'm just blathering about it now. It's a really cool song. It's 6 minutes long, and yeah, it's awesome. It's just the bass is everywhere it should be. Then after that, we have something that just surprised me and blew me away. Sydney Flanagan, or Siddo, or Sid the Kid, a woman of many monikers, and her boyfriend Trey, who is a friend of the podcast and also a member of the band Voice of Dissent. They put out a track together called Night Sweats, and it's like, would you call it electric dance? It almost kind of electric.
I don't know if I'd say dance. There's definitely electric in there.
Like pop?
I'd have to hear it again to put a genre to it. Yeah,
it sounds amazing. Like I've honestly, I love Sid. Her recordings have always been kind of lo-fi, but the way she sounds on this is just a revelation. Like that this song could be played on the radio tomorrow, and I think it's fantastic. It's called Night Sweats, and then after that we have a brand new song from 100 Plus Club, who has made one of my favorite Buffalo songs of the last 5 years with Grilled Cheese for Stephanie. They just released a new album, and we're going to play a track from that called I Want More. So we've got this, Siddo and 100 Plus Club, and then we'll be back here on the Struggle Is Real Buffalo Music Podcast on allwny.com. And we're back here on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast. That was this Siddo and 100 Plus Club in a block of 3 as we play a ton of local music on this episode. Now, with the inevitable launch of WNYmusic.com coming, this is a game I made a while ago. I think this goes back to episode like 13, maybe. We had Jay Gerland on the website. He was the original creator of WNYmusic.com, and before I even knew who he was, I knew I wanted to have the guy who created WNYmusic.com and just, pick his brain. And it didn't go as I thought it would. He sounded like he had a little PTSD from like the advent of internet trolls. So, and a part of this was there was a message board on the original website. The new one will have one, but I need to put it in place, and I need like 7 billion moderators for it, because the first one, it ended up being a mess, and then he'd block people from the website, and then like people would call his house and fuck with his wife, and like it just got way out of hand. And then eventually you kind of run out of gas for doing stuff when that kind of stuff happens. So we did that interview with him, and then following that, I'm like, so I thought we were going to have a fun time, so I made a game of real and fake Western New York Music.com message board trolls, and he's like, okay, let's do it. So in honor of that, I think now is the best time to play that game, so don't look at the screen.
Oh, I can't read from here.
Okay. So I have, 11, I think. I have 11 messages that could be from the original WNYmusic.com message board. Okay. So it is your job to tell me which ones are real and which ones I've made up.
Okay.
All right. Number 1. Ted Farr is a shit who will steal your equipment and then disappear.
I don't know that name, but it sounds not made up, so I'm going to say that's real.
That is fake.
Oh.
It is true that Ted Farr is a shit who will steal your equipment and then disappear, but I just know that about this guy, and no one wrote it anyway.
Is Ted Farr listening right now?
He's in Albany, so I don't know.
Okay.
But, He was a person who I brought into a recording studio. That's actually not his real name. So
okay.
That's kind of a nickname that I really hope he doesn't go by anymore. And he came into the studio I was at, and he had his Chad Smith signature snare drum, and he sat there for 2.5 hours trying to get it to sound right. And I'm like, right behind you, there's a snare drum that I used yesterday that sounded fine that you could just use. Like, I need to use my Chad Smith snare drum.
But then even though he was so enamored of his own equipment, he also stole yours?
Not mine in particular. He stole other people's.
Wait, what was the name of that snare drum?
It was a Chad Smith.
Did he steal it from Chad Smith?
Chad Smith is from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Chad Smith's snare drum?
Yes. Maybe he stole it from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
It started
Maybe
early.
That's how he got that. Known for that. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a correction like we did on the Steve Harwell story for the next time. All right. Number 2. Jesus Christ. I won't listen to an opinion from someone who is always wearing a turtleneck.
Oh, that's very specific. This was back in the... 90s? Aughts?
It started in 95, and the message board ran until 2012. So I took stuff a little from everywhere.
I feel like turtlenecks were they ever cool, though? I don't know about that.
How cold is your neck? That's really the dependent answer.
Well, true. I don't know. Would someone be so cliche as to wear a turtleneck? True.
It is fake.
Oh, I should have known.
There was someone once in my life. Some of these are mine from real life experiences, though, and I did know a guy who talked shit about my band, and he was always wearing a turtleneck.
Was he also wearing a beret and smoking a very small cigarette?
If only. All right, number 3. Yo, Steve, you should start a blog about putting dongs in your mouth since you like to talk about it so much.
Well... we had 2 fake, so mathematically, I'm going to say we're due for a true.
Okay. So is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
You are correct.
All right.
Ding, ding, ding. All right. Next up, is it just me or do all the ska bands in Buffalo sound exactly the same?
Yeah. I'm going to say true.
That is true. I actually posted that in like 2001.
I was going to say that sounded like something you'd say, but I didn't want to incriminate you if it wasn't yours. Okay, I see that.
I didn't talk a lot of shit on the board, but, you know, sometimes.
Okay, I see that.
Sometimes you get into it a little bit.
You gotta, I understand.
And, you know, you vent. It's okay. All right. You ready for this next one?
I don't know.
All right. Boobs and bad covers go together like peanut butter and toothpaste.
Boobs and bad covers. So they don't, you're saying boobs and bad covers don't go together if peanut butter and toothpaste are the equivalent. I mean, boobs can really go anywhere, but in what context was this written? I'm very, very curious. I feel like there's a context here that we definitely need to know more about. So for that reason, I am going to say that it's true, because if it was fake, it'd be a full story. Like that feels like something's missing.
That is true.
Do we know the context?
No, that was actually just a singular, someone just posted that comment.
I want to know
that
more.
That was the start of the thread, but that was kind of,
if you were part of this thread, I want to know what the context was here.
All right.
Although if you are brushing your dog's teeth, peanut butter toothpaste is actually very helpful, so.
Well, look at that.
I'm sure people really needed to know that. Moving on.
Maybe a dog posted that, and he really liked
both boobs and bad music.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, the plot thickens.
That's something.
We gotta bring everyone back for this. Okay, this shit again. No one wants to hear your sensitive naked man music.
Oh. I feel like the early aughts were a good time for sensitive naked man music, so I'm going to say true.
That is false.
Oh. In your head when you were coming up with it, did you mean like emotionally naked? Or
yes.
Okay, that's what I was picturing.
Yes, okay. I knew a guy who definitely had that moniker to him.
All right.
He was a 20-year-old man singing songs to his eventual baby daughter. Just seemed like a weird angle to take for a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, we're all writing about the girls and stuff we love, and then there's the sensitive
There was a song
man.
recently that came out where someone was singing to his future child.
I bet that song...
About his... But I can't for the life of me remember who it was.
I bet it was terrible.
It was odd.
Yeah.
It was all right, but it was odd.
I don't have any problem booking... next one. Mm-hmm. I don't want to make this sound like it was
me. That you personally don't have any problem. Gotcha.
I don't have any problem booking shows. I bet your band sucks.
True.
That is actually fake. I made that one.
Oh.
Sorry, Cal.
I'm not doing good at this.
No, you know.
I can't sense your BS after all these years.
The only good cover band is a dead cover band.
If it's fake, it's something... Well, it's something that I know you believe. So it could be a true thing that you posted or something that you made up. True, and you posted it.
Fake, actually.
But it came from you.
I like this. I actually wrote it this way, and then someone I did these questions at I think our 2-year anniversary show. I also quizzed someone on these, and there was a lot of confusion over whether I was talking about a Grateful Dead cover band or a literal Dead. I was shooting for literal Dead cover band, but it could go.
You could be someone who makes an exception for living. Oh, okay, yeah. I get you.
All right, Kelly, you have 3 more.
I got to redeem myself.
If you get all of them right. You keep looking over here like you're looking
I can't. I'm just glancing because you're talking and you're moving in that area.
Sorry. Okay.
Sorry.
You have 3 left. You get them all. You win. We'll figure out a prize.
Okay.
It's not looking good, so it's okay.
Okay.
All right, next up. If you're a great band and you have a draw, you wouldn't need to be looking for clubs that pay X amount. They would be calling you and you could name your price. Maybe you need to reevaluate your band and what you're doing.
That feels a little long to be a fake one, so I'm going to say true.
It is true. That is correct,
nice.
And it is super douchey.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah, there has to be little bands. Everyone can't, doesn't mean anyone's doing anything wrong. It's just different, folks. Let's all be nice to everyone, except for cover bands. All right, next up. I've been working on a musical based on the Kardashian whores. It's called Breast Side Story. I'll keep you posted.
Oh. I want that to be true,
Okay.
And I want you not to have written it, so I'm going to say true.
It is true.
Yay! Anyone out there know the status
true.
of the breast side story? Please let us know.
I kind of wanted to talk, I guess see what burlesque groups are involved in infringement this year, but I think at some point breast side story needs to be done.
It's got promise.
Yeah, we have many wonderful burlesque groups who I think would do a fantastic job with that. I think I'm going to find out when the next big anniversary for the movie is coming, if nothing else, and we're going to get that.
Okay.
Breast Side Story.
I like it.
It's going to be West Side Story, not about the Kardashians, probably, but
which would be better, I think.
Yeah,
we're all Kardashian.
Either way, boobies either way. All right, and finally, this is for all the chitlins.
Okay.
All the pork cracklins.
Okay.
Creed wants to kill Obama.
Okay, first of all, we're watching an Office marathon in the background, so I could totally see Office Creed wanting to kill pretty much anybody. I don't know why anyone would bring up Creed. Oh. Is there a boxer named Creed? Because that's who I was picturing.
There's Apollo Creed from the Rocky movies, but I don't know if anyone's referring to...
I'm referring to an alternate reality that's not actually real.
Someone's digging deep for a Carl Weathers reference.
I don't know if...
unless Carl Weathers wants to kill Obama.
That sounds like just the kind of, wackadoo shit that online people like to post in comments, so I'm going to say true.
Kelly, it is correct, and you win.
Oh, what do I win?
Hold on.
Hooray!
What do you want to win?
My freedom.
I got nothing for that. Absolutely.
It was a pipe dream, I know.
I can't give you that. I will. We'll figure out something.
Okay.
But winner.
Hooray.
All right, so next up, we are going to play two more new songs. The first is from a young band from Hamburg called Gunther's Radio. The song is called Moving On. I really like these guys. They remind me of Girl Pope, who growing up was one of my favorite alternative rock bands. I think they've definitely got a little bit of a 90s throwback sound to them, and they're really nice guys. And if things are happening in August, we're talking about putting together a release show, and that'll be awesome. So we're going to play Moving On from them first, and then after that, we are going to play Little Cake released a song called For Stretching and Moving, and that's what it is. It's a 6-minute ambient track. It's has this little tinge of dissonance in it, but it's a real cool track. So if you're just looking to relax or whatever, that's where you do it. So relax, guys. Just chill out and listen to those two tracks, and then we're going to be back with I have some old segments that we never had a chance to use, and we're going to use them. Look at that. Here on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast on allwny.com.
Days, all the time that's spent have a place. The thoughts of you now and again, they crowd my head, and now I know I had to go, and now to show that I
And we are back here on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast, Quarantine Edition. So we were gonna play some stuff that we've never had a chance to play before, but it appears we will not have a chance to play it again. We went really far over with that last segment, and if I'm gonna squeeze all the music in, it's gotta go. So, someday you'll all be blessed enough to hear it, but until then, just no.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, man, you know what?
What's that?
We're gonna go straight through here because we're already running short on time. So we are gonna play 5 songs in a row now. That is a fucking record.
That
will ever
crazy.
break. You guys are witnessing history right now. So first we're gonna play a song. These first 3 songs were all recorded during quarantine. So the first one is called Meet Me by Samuel Proia, someone I'm not really familiar with. I haven't heard much of his music, so this is a cool rock song. And then next up we'll have No Time to Think and his song Heaven Takes Too Long. No Time to Think is a musician named Seamus. He's kind of just getting back into the Buffalo music scene. He's got a cool Bob Dylan kind of vibe going, so I think you guys will like that. And then we have staff of the podcast, Nuspeak, Mr. John Galbo, our editor. He does a song live on Instagram called Sorry Array. Then our 4th song is by Jay Aquarious. It is called Stay Alone. It is awesome. I've heard some of Jay's stuff before, and I like it well enough. This song is really, really good. I think he's really finding his foothold with this. I think it reminds me of kind of 90s party hip-hop. Kind of like Montel Jordan almost, and Boys to Men and stuff like that. And then after that it's a little bit of electronic hip-hop track by Astral Deity, and it is called Paradise. And then we will come back for a few minutes, and then that's all we got, folks. So here is Samuel Proia's Meet Me, No Time to Think, Heaven Takes Too Long, Nuspeak, Sorry Ray, Jay Aquarius, Stay Alone, and Astral Deity's Paradise on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast on allWNY.com.
Finish him.
I've gone
that's what you get. It's getting hotter than you're the vent. Bow down to the minutia. It's how the world works, it's what people expect from ya. And heaven knows what you're waiting for. And time just makes you hate yourself more. All that surrounds you, that won't let you escape. All the forgotten, all will dissipate. And all that confounds you to the point you can't relate. When living takes so long and it hardly seems worth the wait. This bunch is so observant. It's getting hot, you're getting colder, going against the current. Give up, give in to the reflection. The mirror sights a little wider for further inspection. And heaven knows what you're waiting for. Don't know anything else. All that surrounds you, that won't let you escape. All the forgotten, all will dissipate. All that confounds you to the point you can't relate. When living takes so long and it hardly seems worth the wait. All that surrounds you, that won't let you escape. All will be forgotten, all will dissipate. All that confounds you, the point you can't relate. When living takes so long, heaven hardly seems worth the wait. Feed on a wealth of inspiration to do all the things I never did. It came in the form of unconditional love, or maybe conditional, but there. I said I'm wrong. I said I'm sorry. How could you tell me what else do you want from me? I've got this array of stupid mistakes. I said I'm sorry. What else do you want from me?
right, we are back here on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast. That was Samuel Proia with Meet Me, No Time to Think with Heaven Takes Too Long, Nuspeak with Sorry Array, Jay Aquarious with Stay Alone, and Astral Deity with Paradise. I did that twice in a row that fast, and I didn't screw either of them up. So, that's all the time we have. It flies by. We had so many, I'm really happy we had so many great songs to play, and I love being able to play more music when I get the chance, because we can fit 4, maybe 5 songs on an episode and still get all the information I want to get to you guys, but it can be hard to fit all the music in. So having this opportunity to just kind of appreciate sit here and appreciate the music just better is really cool for me. So there were 2 deaths I wanted to talk about that happened recently. One is someone famous and one is someone not famous. Let's talk about the famous person. Adam Schlesinger. Oh, wow. I think I said that right.
Schlesinger. Yeah, I think that's right.
It's too late for me to pronounce it right, I guess. From Fountains of Wayne, passed away. He played bass. He sung. He did some backing vocals. He wrote a lot of the songs. Fountains of Wayne were really important for me. I've probably covered as many of their songs as anyone else's. I think their first 3 albums are all just amazing. I Want an Alien for Christmas is one of my all-time favorite Christmas songs, and he wrote the music for That Thing You Do and the Crank Yankers theme and just all this music all over, and it's sad. So I'm happy we haven't had like a huge inundation of like famous performers and stuff, but hopefully it's not coming. So
did you say what he died of? People might be curious.
He died of coronavirus.
Okay.
I am sorry to say that.
Okay.
He died from corona. And if you haven't listened to a Fountains of Wayne record, go and listen to a Fountains of Wayne record. They're really good. Any of the first 3. Do you have a favorite Fountains of Wayne song?
Honestly, I can't think of any titles, but Alien for Christmas is by far the best Christmas song I have ever heard.
Yes. Take some time. I recommend listening to them if you can. Their first album is brilliance in a really minimal form, and then by the time they got to their 3rd album, I think it's called Hello Interstate Managers, the whole album really kind of tells a story, and the songwriting's really sharp. And don't judge them by Stacy's Mom. Stacy's Mom is literally like the worst Fountains of Wayne song I can think of. When I listen to that album, I skip it. Oh man, of all their songs to become hits, it's like, really, man, really anything over that song. So yeah, that sucks. So we're gonna miss you, man. And then the second one is for a friend of mine named Jeff Waltz. Jeff Waltz is no one that any of our listeners might know. I knew Jeff when I was in Albany, during my college years and a little bit afterwards, and I mentioned Jeff because Jeff was like the best fan ever. Like he claimed he could play bass. I never actually saw him play bass, but he claimed he could. But it just wasn't his thing, and he supported, and he came to every show, and he had a smile for everyone, and he carried gear, and eventually it led him to, he was working on Saturday Night Live over the last 3 or 4 years, and just someone really important to me, and is someone who's just been super helpful to my life, and you like seeing those super fans, the people who are there because they really want to be there. Because sometimes you're there with the other bands, and so you gotta go. But like he was there because he loved the music, and I hope to have more people like that. And I hope maybe after Corona we're gonna see some more people coming out to shows. But Jeff being gone kind of gives me a giant hole in my heart. But I'm just gonna, people like him are why I like doing stuff like this. So I'm just gonna keep on doing my thing, and I'm gonna do him proud. That's what I got for that. So that is all we have for episode 54. On episode 55, we're gonna have more of Sitting Inside.
Ooh!
Kelly, I bet you're gonna be here.
I guess I am.
All right, you'll have to just make sure you don't have any plans that night.
Think I'm good.
All right, check your Trapper Keeper. I'll get back to you.
Okay.
So I thought a good way to end this episode would be to do something to make people Feel Better.
Okay.
So we're going to play...
I don't like the way you're looking at me.
We're going to play Feel Better by the Eves.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
See that
I approve.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to send you guys out with that. I hope everyone's doing well. Stay safe. And guys, literally, stay the fuck inside. All right? You're not being asked to do that much. Just stay the fuck inside. Don't get other people sick. Let's just end this, stomp it out, and we can all get back to normal again. But we all got to do it together. It can't be a halfway kind of thing. So fucking get on that shit. And we'll see you next time. Kelly, thanks for hanging out.
You are welcome. I had no choice whatsoever.
Yeah, you're kind of already hanging out. Mandatory hanging out.
Oh.
All right. Folks, we'll see you next time. Try not to keep struggling, I guess. I always say keep struggling, but I don't, not now.
You just chill.
Just
Legit,
chill
just
now.
chill.
Yeah. The chill is real right now. Take some time. Relax. Figure out how to set up your drum set in under 15 minutes and how to take it apart. That's fucking ninja shit.
Yeah.
Get your bio together. I'm rambling at this point. All right, folks. The scene's chaos. Please be kind, and I guess keep struggling.
Bye.
Existential freak out raging, it's got a hold of me. I broke with the way.